I talk to people all the time who want to know kind of like what the next chapter is of this playbook, or is there just a new playbook they haven't gotten a copy of yet, and can they just get a copy of it? The fact is there isn't a playbook anymore, right? The playbook is dead.
It's really about cultivating a mindset instead of a playbook, a set of practices that allow us to show up in a dynamic, adaptive, caring, inclusive, systemic way, which we can see how things are connected to one another.
Right, I can paint this amazing future of what is possible, and yet still people don't run in and embrace it and go, yes, I am on board. And I've thought a lot about why, what holds us back. And the fact is that we always are built for safety. We're afraid of the unknown. Actually, the way that we have kept ourselves safe in the past is now creating vulnerability in the future. When you talk to the people who are actively building the future, and you ask them how far along we are into this big digital transformation that we might be describing, and they will almost universally say 1%. Just 1% in.
We're not heading to the fourth industrial revolution, but it's not like the first or second or third industrial revolutions. We're heading to something that is much more post-industrial, but the exponential productivity transformation.
We are sitting on something that profoundly will change our life in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years in a way that has been so much more dramatic than in the past. So the question is, how do we steward that responsibly and thoughtfully in a way in which we actually can build this better next?
This is the industrial era playbook. This is what we were told was the way that we were supposed to do it. And I would say that this is the exponential productivity era set of practices. The goal is to be able to generate, right? To move from this idea of dominating to really being able to generate value.
So the question is, what is our compass now? How do we build the one that we need moving forward? And for me, it's just two questions, and they sound simple, but they're really quite profound. The first question is, what does the future need and expect of us? It's really a deep dive into looking at all the data and all the information around us, talking to the people who are building it, and getting a really confident sense about what it needs. The second question is, what are you in a unique position to create and contribute to that future? When you start to imagine this is what it needs, what are you, with your own unique curiosities and resources and background, bringing to it as an individual, as a team, as an organization, as an industry, increasingly as a nation, and hopefully as a humanity? We're thinking about that.
My thesis is just this simple. Right? We all deserve to be better held by each other in environments, again, in which we can have differing points of views, in which we are compassionate, in which we are respectful, in which we are open. And the last is about the technologies that we advance, building it with a real sense of compassion and empathy and thoughtfulness, right, about what we'll be held to task of in the future. You're watching the breakdowns now of companies that don't think about that or didn't think enough about it. We have the foresight now. We can think about it with what it is that we're going to build. What I have found is that the most important strategy is to take a deep breath.